Another important concept in HTML is forms. HTML forms are useful for collecting the user input. The form element defines an HTML form. The form tag specifies a fill-out form within an HTML document. HTML forms can contain form elements. Form elements are different types of input elements. They can be checkboxes, radio buttons, submit buttons, text boxes, and more. We place all these form elements between open and close form tags. Form tag attributes. Within form tag, we specify two important form attributes, action and the method attributes. The action attribute defines the action to be performed when the form is submitted. Action is the URL of the query server to which the form content will be submitted. That is, when we submit the data, where it has to go will be specified by the action attribute. Next, method attribute. Method attribute, it specifies the HTTP method to be used when we submit the data. The method can be get method or post method. If we don't specify the method attribute, so the default method type is get method. If method equal to get is used, the form data is sent to the server through the URL. That is, when get method is used, the complete form data is appended to the URL. If method equal to post is used, then the complete form data is sent to the server through the HTTP request. That is, the data is encapsulated in HTTP request message. Input tag. For defining the form elements or form controls within the form, we use input tag. The input tag is the most important form element. The input tag has many variations depending on the type attribute. By changing the type attribute value, we can create text box, password, checkbox, radio button, submit button, reset button, button field, hidden form field, and so on. To create a single line text control, use type equal to text. To create a password field, use type equal to password. To create a checkbox, use type equal to checkbox. To create a radio button, use type equal to radio. To create a submit button, use type equal to submit. To create a reset button, use type equal to reset. So to create a general button, use type equal to button. And to create a hidden form field, use type equal to hidden. Select tag. To create drop-down list, we use select tag. For specifying the options within the drop-down list, we use options. So option is the tag that is used for specifying the options within the drop-down list. Text area tag. For creating multi-line text control, we use text area tag. For specifying the number of rows and columns within the text area, rows and cols attributes are used. Rows are used to specify the number of rows within the text area, and cols attribute is used to specify the number of characters in a single row. Other attributes that can be used in input tag: name attribute, value attribute, checked attribute, size, and max length attributes. The name attribute specifies the name of a control. The value attribute specifies the default value of a text control, whereas the value attribute for the buttons specifies the text that has to be displayed on the button. Checked attribute is used only for radio buttons and the checkboxes. So this attribute is used to check a particular checkbox or the radio button. The size attribute specifies the size of the control, and max length attribute is used with text box and password fields. So where it is useful for specifying the maximum number of characters that we can enter in text box or the password field. So this is a small example where in this a text box field, a submit button and reset button is created